the 2022 International Day for Disaster Risk Reduction, and key disaster management officials have gathered here to share their experiences on the best approach to mitigate the impact of disasters. The day provides an opportunity to acknowledge the progress being made towards preventing and reducing disaster risk and losses in line with the International Agreement for Reducing Global Disaster Risk and Losses. Before the commencement of the rainy season, the federal government had issued early warnings on the likely impact of floods, and when the rain started, the result is the loss of over 500 lives, about 1.4 million displaced persons, and destruction of at least 9,000 homes across 27 states.
The ministry and all relevant stakeholders are drawing up an implementation framework for the plan. The plan stipulates specific roles and actions for all, including national, state, and local governments, as well as households, communities, and pressure groups. The ministry considers the importance of preventing death and loss of life in disaster that's predicted to occur every year.
A recent initiative adopted by the federal government to mitigate the impact of climate change is the establishment of the Council on Climate Change, and it's expected it will help provide solutions to the emerging climate-related issues.
Mainstreaming disaster risk reduction on the national agenda is a very important one. And therefore, Mr. President, in November last year, signed into law the establishment of the National Council on Climate Change. And with this, the country is sending a signal to the global community that the issue of climate change and natural disaster response is a very important one to this country.
For the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, the essence of the early warning signals is to avoid fatalities, and Nigerians must take the warnings seriously.
When seasonal climate prediction was released, we alerted the whole nation. We alerted all the states, local governments, with even risk mapping, identifying vulnerable areas in time. But as God has it, the nation today, as we are, everywhere is flooded.
The main objective of the International Day for Disaster Reduction is to encourage every citizen to take part in building more disaster-resilient communities. This is what the government wants Nigerians to do, especially as the rainy season isn't abating anytime soon.